Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. I'm Jay Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
My little soda pop. Didn't hit it as much as I thought I would. I've been struggling with it today.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello, stream team. Hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. It's down to the best of 3 World Series.
Yeah.
The Jays bouncing back in Game 4.
Well, I jumped in with the My Little Soda Pop. The Oregon player in Los Angeles always plays soda pop.
Oh.
He's played in back-to-back games.
Yep.
Just like we're hearing in Oregon here, sort of. You know?
That's an organ for
What do you mean,
sure.
sorta?
Yeah, sort of. Those Jays look great. What a short game. We go from
Too fast.
6.5 to 250.
That's the way baseball should be played.
That's great.
So Game 5's tonight?
It
too?
is, baby.
Jesus, Murphy.
Okay. Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang. All right, so best of 3 in the World Series. That's exciting, especially for us Jays fans. But we got some NBA basketball to talk about today. We'll touch on some of the games, and a little bit later, we'll discuss some early season surprises. A couple of things that have jumped out after a week or so of basketball. But let's start with Giannis scoring 37 TK, and Rollins adding 25 as the Bucks beat the Knicks 121-111. And I say that a little surprised because if you saw the first half, it looked like the Knicks were going to run away with this. I thought they were playing much, much better.
Definitely.
Thought they were just going to destroy them in the second half, but Giannis and crew got back into it and win comfortably in the end.
Would you call it a tale of two halves?
Probably.
I absolutely would, especially for the Knicks on offense. First half, 15 assists on 25 makes. They had 9 threes. Second half, 9 assists on 14 makes. Only 4 3-pointers. The ball just stopped moving. They looked like last season's Knicks. We'll get into the reasons they fell apart a little bit later. But for the Bucks, nobody locks in harder than Giannis.
Nope.
After the half, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. That's an entire game. And he did that in the second half, just completely took over. Bucks were down 2 with 6 minutes left. Giannis scored 11, had 3 boards, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Turned a 2-point game into a 10-point lead and a 10-point win for the Bucks. Giannis looks great. He should be getting MVP votes. At the least, he's like gonna finish number 3, like he always does. But he's been good with Miles Turner. But he is destroying teams when he's playing as the only big man out there. Giannis at the 5 minutes are a plus 20 points per 100 possessions. It's only 22 minutes so far, only 5 minutes per game. But when they go ball handlers and shooters out there with Giannis, there is just so much space for him. And if he gets a tiny bit of room, he's going to dunk it. Like, you know, Wemby is the guy right now who is, you can't believe some of the dunks he does. You don't think he's going to be able to get the ball to the rim. Giannis is the guy who was doing that before Wemby ever came to the league. And it's the same sort of thing. He takes a ton of steps in between his dribbles, but the ball is just hanging there in his gather, spinning and spinning. So you can't start counting the steps until it's done. And as soon as it's done, I'm putting one down left-handed. I'm putting one down right-handed. He's an MVP level player. He gets better every single year. I feel like an absolute clown for taking the Bucks under. They look awesome right now.
Oh, I went and checked after this victory, this impressive victory, beating the Knicks. If all of us took the Bucks over, I thought we all did. After looking, maybe I got a pre-edit edition of the graphic because I saw we were all over, but maybe needed to be corrected. This was, very impressive. I thought the fight level of the Milwaukee Bucks in that second half was super impressive. The way they were banging bodies against Karl Anthony Towns, so he had an inefficient night. Kyle Kuzma out there, you could hear the meat, the body to body. Ryan Rollins was super duper impressive. Offensive end, you mentioned the career high of 25, but I thought he created a couple of really key turnovers in the middle of the fourth quarter. He was awesome. The Milwaukee Bucks are literally playing 10 guys, 15 or more minutes in this particular game. We're all surprised by that, and I'm sure that's why you in part took them under, because we just didn't think they had enough guys out there to play. But you could see Doc Rivers is trying to do what OKC does. Everybody trying to emulate them. We're going to play as many guys as possible, and they produced in this instance. Giannis is obviously the key. Even though Rollins had 25, they only had one other guy in double digits with 11 for Gary Trent. Giannis has to be super duper impressive. And yeah, he was into it. He knew it was an NBC game, I think, or just in part. You could see him saying, "This is my city." He did the spin move to the bucket, and then did the double spin afterwards. He was just joking around. Yeah. I mean, I think he's got some great Greek dance moves. At least that's what I think when I see that move. The Zabekiko dance is the best Greek dance. I think he's got it in him for sure. But
you think Giannis is a good dancer? I bet he's not.
I hear what you're saying.
Too big. He doesn't have wiggle. He has force. He has strength. He does have side-to-side movement, but I bet he's not a good dancer.
I hear what you're saying.
No offense. No offense,
I'm
man.
not sure.
Great basketball player. Don't think he can dance. Let us know on the stream team.
Get the poll going. Can Giannis dance?
I think he's got the spin moves. And he obviously can push himself to the rim.
I think he's a good dancer for a giant guy. Let me put it that way, because I'm with you generally. Huge dudes. Yep. You know, there's a lot of limbs to try and coordinate. But I think he's not bad on the spectrum of giant dancers.
Well, okay, yeah, definitely he's one of the most coordinated men on earth.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But if he's just out there on the dance floor at a wedding, spinning and spinning and spinning, you're leaving the dance floor. You don't want to get hit.
I will say this about Giannis, not his dancing, his MVP status. The guy is shooting basically 70% from the floor. Like, that's 7 in 10 buckets. Every 7 buckets, he will score. No problem. That is ridiculous. He's averaging only 33 minutes played, surprisingly. Mm-hmm. And he's not playing a ton, but when he's out there, he shoots a lot. You know, averaging 14 field goals made per game, leading the league in that, because that's what he does. The question is this sustainable for the Milwaukee Bucks the entire season? I think that's fair.
And that's why Trey, I remember, did take the under, because you brought it up a couple times when we talked about Milwaukee in the preseason. It's like, Giannis is likely going to miss, I don't know, 15 to 20-ish games because he's asked to do so much. Mm-hmm. And what happens to Milwaukee when that inevitably happens? That's always a big talking point. I remember where you were like, I don't know what happens. They might go, 3-17 in said games if he misses that chunk of time.
Yeah, does Miles Turner and the fact that him taking big bodies beside him a ton, because he's playing a good amount of minutes out there, even if he didn't have a good offensive game, does that help his efficiency? Does it help the durability of Giannis Antetokounmpo if he plays? So far, yes, so good. Their only loss this season, were also missing a bunch of guys. Kuzma was out, and a couple of their guards were out. Kevin Porter Jr., who missed this game too, and Cole Anthony in this one. So, yeah, the over looks easy right now when they're schooling 3-1 right now, but. Yeah, how many games does Giannis miss?
This is a very, very good start for Bucks fans, though. Like, obviously, Giannis is putting up MVP numbers. He's even reassuring Bucks fans that he's more interested in beating New York than joining New York. That was a talking point after this game. And you got Cole Anthony back, you got Kuzma back last night. I guess Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be out for a little bit, is what Doc Rivers is saying. They're like really taking their time as he recovers from a left ankle sprain. But I loved the defensive effort of, I guess it was Miles Turner, Bobby Portis, and a little Kyle Kuzma on slowing Karl Anthony Towns last night. 2 of 12 for Cat. 8 points. That's it. 0 for 3 from deep. Not even a lot of attempts. His two baskets were, one was a layup where he did sort of blow by Kuzma, and the other one was like one of those fluky plays where the ball sort of spit out right to him for an easy dunk underneath. That was it for Cat. So great job defensively as a team taking him out, because Brunson was getting his, though then he got hobbled in the fourth quarter, sort of gutted it out. He returned. That looked like a bad hamstring injury or something there. I don't know what will be the verdict on him in the coming days, but I just couldn't believe they got back in this game and won it, because it looked like they were dead in the water through 24 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they got Giannis. The bench was basically all negatives. Yeah. If you look at their on-off splits, when Giannis doesn't play, they're a bottom 5 offense. The defense has been holding up even when Giannis is off the court, but he is by far their engine. So it's just a matter of how long can this guy do every single thing on the court before needing to take a little break, picking up a little injury here and there. That's why I was down on the Bucks. Having Giannis, if you tell me Giannis plays 82 games, they're going to win probably 50 games.
Yeah.
He's unstoppable. Yeah. On the other side of things, Towns is struggling with this new offense. He's been under 20 points in a game in 3 of their 4 games this season. Last year, he was under 20 in only a third of the games for the Knicks. He's career low in attempts per 36. His usage rate is right near his career lows. His field goal percentage, his three-point percentage, those are career lows. He doesn't seem to be knowing how to fit in a more egalitarian offense. I think that will come around. We're still only 4 games into the season. Give it 20 games for the Knicks to actually figure out the way their offense fits together, but definitely a bad start for him. He seems to be the guy who's having the most trouble adjusting.
Agreed. Yeah, he's the one who's off a little bit. I think we're talking about this totally different if they just come through with a few buckets down in the fourth quarter, because Jalen Brunson was definitely injured. He's hobbling around. You can see it easily. He powered through, but he wasn't entirely right, and Ryan Rollins did a really good job of getting into him. But this offense is a little bit more fun to watch, I would say. I mean, they're passing more, they're relocating more, they're setting off-ball screens more. It's way more fun. But Brunson was hurt. Josh Hart definitely does not look right either. He's 1 of 9 from 3 so far in the season. He's playing through it right now, but he doesn't look all that right. Mitchell Robinson hasn't played a game yet.
What a shock.
You call it.
It's amazing. It's like,
yeah.
I didn't even know he was injured to start the season. I got to be completely honest. I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah. Because you'd think he would help out Karl Anthony Towns playing next to him and not offensively, but defensively. And Miles McBride also didn't play in this game, so they're missing guys. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anything else on Bucks Knicks here? We'll move to the second game on NBC.
I'm good.
The Warriors crushed the Clippers. Just stifling defensive effort. A very low-scoring game here, especially early in this season, where we've seen some crazy scoring performances, both individually and from teams. But the Warriors win. They controlled the game, TK, about midway through the third quarter and ran up the score, and the Warriors look awesome. Clippers are like one of these weird, like, Jekyll and Hyde teams. They look like garbage.
Stanks.
Yeah,
so
opening night against the Jazz,
yeah.
and now this one, and then had some quality wins. But, yeah, where do you want to start in this game?
First game, both teams scored under 100 in the NBA this season.
Oh, is it that? Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously the first game that a team has scored under 80. Looks like 2 different sports out there. The way Golden State plays, ball movement, player movement, assists, chaos. When things get tough, they go to Jimmy Butler and he settles things down. I think he got maybe a little lucky there in the third quarter, hitting a couple of threes and some tough shots, but that's a nice change-up for them to have after years of kind of just being Steph, can you carry us? To go to somebody that can steady them is really huge for them. On the other side, the Clippers look so slow. They only play iso ball, 10 assists last night for the entire game. That is a ridiculously low number. James Harden can have 10 assists in a game, but it feels like Ty Lue is kind of searching out the right lineups to play. We talked so much during the preseason about the versatility they're going to have. Bradley Beal has been out for a couple of games. They've started Bogdanovic. He looks pretty bad to start the season here. He's been very up and down over the course of his career. I think it's going to take time for the Clippers to figure out who are the right combinations here, how we can get enough shooting on the floor, how we can get enough playmaking on the floor, because right now it looks like 10 guys who don't really know each other at all. Your turn, my turn. How do they find any sort of synergy? Ty Lue is basically a 50-game winning coach every single season, so I have confidence that they'll figure it out in the middle of the season. That's kind of how things have gone for the Clippers. Every January we're talking about, should we take the Clippers seriously? I imagine it'll be the same thing once things come around,
right.
But to start the season, pretty ugly.
Very ugly. Super ugly. That second half was atrocious. Now, the Warriors were getting up into space and creating some turnovers. The Clippers turned over 5 times in that third quarter. But Ty Lue needs some better play from guards. Bogdan Bogdanovic literally yanked in this game. Played 9 minutes. No, we can't play you anymore. It's unplayable. Chris Paul has not looked like himself at all in this season. He's averaging about 15 minutes of play, just super quiet in comparison to what he did for the San Antonio Spurs last year when he was starting beside Wemby. He was really good. So what Ty Lue's going to have to do is yank somebody from this rotation. They've got 11 guys who are part of this rotation. Their average age is 33. Those 11 rotation type of guys. So I'm just, I'm including the age because it just feels like there's no way. I mean, and there's too many guys. So I don't know who it is. Obviously, you mentioned Beal he's only played in half their games. But Chris Dunn couldn't do it. I mean, he just had trouble passing the ball in this game. He just did not look right. So the Warriors' fight level themselves was fantastic, and they just took it away from this team that couldn't do it themselves. Like Curry was great; he was D'ing up hard and made a great turnover from 30 feet from the basket in that third quarter. While literally, They almost didn't have to score in the fourth quarter. That's how bad the Clippers' offense was.
Yeah.
They literally were destroying this team. Yeah, they looked old. Unfortunately, they're 29th in pace. I say that, but I know Ty Lue's. You're right. He's going
still
to
have
fix
faith
something.
in them. Yeah.
Which is, hey, old guy, you're out. I don't know if it's Chris Paul. But it's somebody that literally.
Hey, old
can't
guy,
play.
you're out. Old guy, you're in.
Yeah.
Hey, old guy, get out of here.
Yeah.
Old guy, you play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are an old squad, but they're just, it's just the strange part is, I mean, I slipped it in the other day, it was like Kawhi had an awesome game where we were like, oh yeah, wow, Kawhi looked really good there. And then you have these stinkers and they got a couple of those, couple good performances.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I agree with you guys, even as much as I hate the Clippers. There'll be a stretch here where they rip off 10 of 11 wins and they'll be the talk of the town and everybody will be like, oh, I don't know, might be the Clippers here. You go really far. It won't be, but we will try and convince themselves. As for the Warriors, they're 4-1 after facing a pretty tough first 5 early wins over the Clippers, the Lakers, the Nuggets, and the Grizzlies. I mean, all 4 of those were top, 8 teams last year. They had a weird loss to the Portland Trailblazers. Got smoked. People were a bit of a schedule loss. I think they were coming off an overtime game and all of that. But and the Blazers might be actually good. But great start. And the Warriors just make already a convoluted Western Conference, even messier in a way, if they're going to be this good. But they remind me a little bit of the Bucks, like you just said. If Giannis plays, they're a 50-win team. That's sort of the same thing here with these guys. Like, if Curry and Jimmy and, Draymond to a lesser extent, but if those two guys, the first guys play, they're a 50-win team.
They're good.
They're really good. But when will they miss time or when will they even get them rest? Then again, these other guys are contributing, which is nice to see.
Oh, yeah.
All down the line. And we'll get to Kuminga a little bit later in this show because he's one of the early season surprises.
Yeah, Steph, super quiet game, back-to-back games. He had 19 yesterday, 16 the game before that. Still W's, so guys producing around him.
Who's the DeAnthony Melton of this Warriors team? Because they started hot last year, too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, what a weird year for them when you think of it. Like, they were super hot, then they were garbage, then they get Jimmy and they're really good again, and then they get, the first-round series win. I don't know, is it Will Richard or
maybe.
Gary Payton II's been solid.
Pods has been really good.
Yeah.
Came off the bench
So
last
everybody.
night. Quentin Post was really good. Maybe Moses Moody is the new DeAnthony Melton. He's having it's been literally 5 games. But he's had a great stretch of 5 games.
Has he even played in all 5
of
games?
his career.
I don't even know.
No, he hasn't. But I think he's been really good. They're actually getting good performances from the next generation of the Warriors. Pods, Moody, and Kuminga are all playing really solid to start the year.
Yeah.
Combo Melton.
Yeah, Kuminga just staying in his role, not trying to just dribble, just doing his thing of cutting and getting his opportunities, even if he didn't have an efficient night. That's just important that he's doing his thing and not taking the air out of the ball and taking the life out of this Warriors team. It is surprising to look back at that Warriors team when DeAnthony Melton was cooking. That first month, they're literally the number 1 seed. They're 12-3 is what they started. So it's not surprising to see them start pretty well here.
It was a bit of a cupcake schedule, if I remember correctly, though, was it not? Last year?
I have no idea.
Like, this is not that, I would say. They're playing good teams here. Anyway, what do you guys think of the 11-15 start for us East Coast has?
11:15
late.
start, and you got to open a new app.
Yeah, because, the first one here, at least for us in Atlanta, we got Bucks Knicks. That's on NBC, the actual NBC channel. But then this coast-to-coast thing that they told us was going to happen is the second game, that West Coast game. It's only on Peacock for us. I believe it's on actual NBC out there.
It is, yeah.
But very late start.
Way too late.
Yeah.
We see at 11. Whew.
I ain't doing that.
That's a morning watch.
It's a morning watch.
Yeah.
That's stupid late. I literally thought because the Dodgers are playing a home game, maybe they
that
just
was why?
want LA watching baseball as much as possible.
Well, that's what the Raptors are doing right now. They're playing. They're starting their games earlier. They start again tonight at 6:30.
Yeah,
because the Jays play again. Yeah,
and then when the game's over, you just stay in the arena and watch it on the big jumbotron.
That's right.
Because they're playing in LA.
We weren't helped by it being a snooze of a broadcast and a snooze of a first half.
Yeah.
That's all I could take.
Well, there's no way you could stay up through this game. The second half got worse.
Slog.
I'm a first half man with these West Coast games of importance. Yeah. Once you get to the playoffs, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, watch the first half, then go to bed, catch the second half early in the morning. But you're not wrong. It was boring.
It was very boring.
The eyelids were heavy. I had a little bit of NyQuil running through my body too.
Cranking through the sis. If we would have been talking about NBC's presentation today instead of after last week, it would not get as high marks. Let's just say that.
Oh, okay.
It was
Interesting.
not as good last night.
You mean in terms of the call of the game?
Yes.
Okay.
They did do the starting lineups, though.
Yeah.
That's sensational.
Finally got to see the Warriors starting lineup. They didn't get extended too late once again.
Yeah, they're still making it a show. They're still making it a thing.
We even got Bob, sorry to jump in, we got Bob Costas setting up both the games.
Yeah.
That was like out of nowhere. We weren't told that was happening.
Oh, yes.
That was fun.
It feels like an event for sure. Did you manage to open the app? Feels like you're struggling to open the app.
I'm smooth with the apps, but like, look, it's nice when I'm watching on YouTube TV. I can have the multi-view. I got
Yeah.
the World Series on one. I got Bucks Knicks on the other. Flip flop. There's reviews in both sports now all the time, so it's great to be able to watch two separate things. But then I got to close it out and go to the Peacock app.
It sucks.
It
does.
hoops to jump through to watch our favorite sport here.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I think kids figure it out though. Maybe us old
He
guys
figured
have
it out.
problems.
It's still
don't
a
watch
pain in
full
the
games,
ass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. Name one.
They know how. Name one game that they've watched.
Name
before.
one kid that watches full games.
Name a
they're
kid.
They're kids that don't watch cable coverage anymore, that don't have cable boxes. They understand how to work things with the remotes. This whole app thing, they figured it out. I hook up my monitor to my desk, my computer. Boop, boop. I'm watching on both. Boom, bang, boom, bang.
You're not
Boom,
watching.
bang,
boom, bang.
You're not
App
watching
here,
on the main
app-
TV then. That's what you're saying.
What do you mean I'm not watching on
Or
the
you
main
are.
TV? Well, this
Your
is
TV
monitor.
in
My
your living
monitor's
room?
big enough.
Oh,
It's
your
a
monitor's big enough.
It's 22. How big do
my
you need your
God,
monster to be?
gross,
You need a
man.
monster.
Wow, can you even read the player jersey numbers on a screen that small?
Sticking.
Yeah, I hear the audio better too. It's great.
Oh, well.
You should get up close to your TV. You hear so many
How
things.
you're watching games. You're just like in the monitor. Sticking with NBC for a second, we will get to the other games from last night later on in this show when we talk about like early season surprises. But Michael Jordan addressed the topic of NBA players missing games in the second installment of MJ Insights to Excellence, which aired last night between the games.
Yes.
This was not a halftime thing. So it was actually between the two games. Asked by Mike Tirico in his own house there what he thought of the notion of load management, Jordan didn't hold back. He said, quote, "Well, it shouldn't be needed first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove." And then went on to say a lot more about load management. Got some stories as well. You know, it's another 3 to 5 minute clip here. What'd you think of this one, TK, and MJ's thoughts on load management?
Heard it all before.
Yeah.
Could have predicted the exact words he was going to say. It's my opportunity to show up for that one guy who only gets to see me play once. He said it for 30 straight years.
I know.
The new
It's always a
wrinkle, though.
Pistons fan, too.
It's always a Pistons fan. There was a new wrinkle, though. This was the first time I think he said it wasn't just about showing up for the fans. It was about proving that guy wrong, which felt way more real to Michael Jordan
Right.
than just saying, yeah, I like to put on a show. But undeniably, the guy played a ton of games. They said, what? 11
seasons
he
of
played
80 plus.
or more games.
Yeah.
That is pretty incredible.
In a
So
physical
I did
era.
like that he threw in the wrinkle about, yeah, it's a little bit spiteful of me to want to go out there and rub it in the face of whoever is cheering against me, even though the opponent's fans are cheering for Michael Jordan as well. The other funny part I thought was when he was talking about the structure of a day. You play basketball in a game for 3 hours. You use the other 21 hours to get ready for the game. And then he's like, though I wasn't necessarily a guy who was using all those 21 hours. And Tarico's like, you weren't doing that all the time, were you, Michael? And he's like, yeah, you're right. But I'm Michael Jordan. I don't need all 21 hours. Some of these fools do. So
I
it
never
was fine.
slept. I just smoked cigars and played
Yeah.
golf and gambled. That's what got
Exactly.
me through 21 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, would Michael Jordan play that many games in today's era where you get paid a bajillion
That's the
dollars and
question. You're
things
right.
are very different? Either way, I was surprised that initially, as Tarico was asking the question, Michael goes, "I knew you were going to ask me about that." So they didn't
run
do
the questions by
Yeah,
him?
exactly. That's what they didn't do a pre-interview of this. They didn't say, "Hey, we're asking you about this" at all. So
No, didn't need to because he probably has final say on the clips if he really wants.
yeah, but he also doesn't want to be asked questions he doesn't want to be asked.
I know.
mean, either way, they're
Tarico
gonna,
ain't doing that.
no, they're going to cut out the stuff he doesn't want. There's no doubt about that. But that's why this is fine. It's Michael Jordan, so he can say what he wants. He's a freaking god.
Yeah,
And so
that's
so getting Michael Jordan's name included in the NBC broadcast, included in all the press releases. Oh, he's going to be part of the broadcast. That's the win. Does it really matter what he says here? It is pretty meh. I mean, it's all sort of, okay, he said that. These clips are not going to do all that well online.
No.
It's just...
Like Trey said, he's been saying this forever. There was nothing... I thought he added one thing that I also thought was new in this whole idea of load management. He said, right at the end, he sort of summed up on why he tried to play all the time. Yeah, it was to respect the fans, right? Put on the show. Again, heard it for 30 years. The other one was making sure he stayed sharp. Which I thought was cool, like physically and mentally. But the third one, I don't ever remember him saying, and I think it's such an awesome point. He said, I want our rhythm as a team to always be there. It can disrupt that energy, or excuse me, that synergy when maybe a star player like himself is in for a couple games, then out for a couple games and all that. I was like, oh yeah, I've never really heard anyone sort of make that point about the idea of load management. It's always on the focus of like, obviously staying healthy and the science says this and all that, but it's like, that can disrupt a team when you think about it. So I thought that was cool.
It's true.
Right?
I will say I wonder how the league office thinks about all this talk about load management. I think they'd rather just not hear about it. Just stop talking about it. And I will say that when guys do sit, as far as camaraderie goes and getting their needed rest, it's sort of January, February, March. The games after they've got enough camaraderie, I feels right? Like guys aren't sitting now until they've got a good 20-game groove going. So, I think the NBA is like, please, Mike Tirico, stop asking about load management.
Honestly, right now, they must be loving it. Please talk about load management and not illegal gambling activities and potential cap circumvention and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe right now.
MJ was not addressing that. He would never be asked about that.
We'll get that in week 8.
No way.
Week 9. MJ did say, quote, now physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But if physically I can do it and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens. And I bring that up because I don't know if you guys caught Vince, T-Mac, and Carmelo Anthony on the studio team on the desk. Thank you, talking about this clip. You know, they addressed it as well. That was a little more enlightening in a weird way because it was like these guys they were sort of the bridge between when everybody tried to play and you sucked it up, maybe and fought through injury, and then they started to come in with the science of everything and like maybe you should sit games for the longevity of your career. Like T-Mac was basically saying,
I wish I had load management.
I wish I did load management when I was carrying that load with the Orlando Magic. He said specifically like 6 to 7 years. Thought that was interesting.
He's the best of the three. Like I think
he sort of says it.
He's being honest about the way he approached things, and I did like that he took it some type of way when Maria Taylor goes. He's like, Vince, you played 80 plus games, 2 times? Melo, you did it 2 times. T-Mac, you never did. He's like, hey, why'd you have to say it like that?
Yeah.
I think he was really feeling some type of way when she said that, but I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, T-Mac is good. T-Mac is good.
It would have benefited Tracy, it seems like, to play.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, it seems like, Dwayne Wade has brought it up before. Maybe I wouldn't have had to get that surgery right before college. Like, it would be beneficial, I suppose, and that's why they do it.
There was a funny part too. Did you see the clip where Vince said something? I forget how he worded it, but like asking Melo about how would you have your load managed or something like that. And then there was like, they know when he said pause or whatever, but it was like a timeout was called. It was like sort of giggling and stuff like that. I mean, they are talking about load management. Guess that's going to be said.
And one thing they won't say is maybe we should play fewer games. Maybe we shouldn't have 82 games for each team. That's not gonna happen. But that would help. That would help literally. Let's play like a European basketball team twice a week or other sports. That would help. They're not saying that though.
Other sports, but not baseball.
Not baseball. That'd be nuts. Yeah.
They play every night, and then they just take 3 days off.
Well, let's hear what you think of MJ's recent little clip here on load management and the NBC broadcast and all that. Those 2 games we talked about. Do we also have the poll results on Giannis? Whether or not
can Giannis dance? 67% say
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in that camp. I got to be honest.
Hey, 67% of the desk says he can dance.
But
then the stream team says Google Giannis dancing on a boat. So I did.
Uh-oh.
He's just sitting there.
Oh.
He's sitting and dancing.
Oh, sitting dancing.
That's my dad at a wedding.
That's not a dance.
He calls it chair dancing.
See, I would think Giannis would be a blast at a wedding. Like you're right, you brought up a good point. Like watch out for Giannis on the day. Like don't get hit by his wingspan. Yeah. But I feel like he would bring the energy, man. He's generally a happy guy.
Totally. Yeah, I would love to see him at a wedding.
Yeah,
it'd be really cool.
All right, let's take a break and then we'll get into some early season surprises and some of the games from last night as well.
Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. The term Peloton IQ, that works. It makes me want to work out smarter. And I know our fans are even saying it. It's gotten into the fans. A few of ours spread it into the chat the other day when he was trying to make a joke. It's a good joke. The new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus is Peloton's most elevated equipment with real-time guidance and endless ways to move alone or with your favorite instructors. It's cross-training reimagined with features designed to make your workout more personal. Peloton IQ plans your workouts, tracks your progress, corrects your form, and offers insights and guidance that help you unlock new breakthroughs. While the Tread Plus's swivel screen offers endless ways to train and level up, go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training or yoga off of it with one smooth spin. Peloton is built for breakthroughs. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
It's NBA tip-off week plus a day, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you miss the start of the game or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. And we've seen our fair share of those already. Plus, you can combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join. Why? Because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Visit FanDuel.com to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Funny comment here in the stream team talking about Giannis dancing. Karippi said, I picture Giannis doing the Elaine dance.
Yeah.
Like that weird, like chicken wing.
Yeah,
kicks and
going.
thumbs. Like, yeah. I can sort of picture it too.
Yeah, I hear you. Not super smooth. Just a lack of coordination.
And then there was a lot of talk about isn't 95% of dancing in your face,
He's got a great face.
which he has a great emotive face. So yes, that it was the Lee Ellis theory of dancing, that it was all in the face. So if that is true, then Giannis guaranteed a great dancer.
Post show, I'm doing a deep dive.
All right.
I'm gonna try and find every Giannis dancing clip
love
I
it.
possibly can.
I love it.
I wonder if he does the Greek dancing because he did the spins. When he did the double spin with his hands up like this,
Yeah.
like the hands look like, oh, I'm keeping these out of the pool. I don't want to get them wet. But I feel like he's got some. He's got some Zebekiko in him somewhere.
Did you see the one clip, to go back to the travel clip, where he takes it appears that he takes 6 steps.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe 5, at the very least 5, because of the whole when does he actually have the ball in his hand after that sort of first sort of gather. But oh boy,
Yeah,
that one is pretty blatant.
He's mastered the gather rule.
Yeah.
The loophole of the gather rule. Some guys just know how to exploit it. You know, like Harden was a guy who was awesome at figuring out the ins and outs of the gather rule as well. And Giannis right now, when he's got a head of steam,
Yeah.
he needs one dribble from half court to get to the rim with the way the game is called.
Yeah, I think Reggie Miller and Jamal Crawford kind of held back from saying, how many steps? What? They held back. They said, whoa, because he took the other replay they showed was incredible, 2 steps from 3-point line. But it almost looks like more because of when he's gathering the ball.
Yeah.
But somebody started speaking. Yeah, I could hear watching at my 22-inch monitor. I
just squint.
I heard
One step.
Yeah.
2 steps.
But I heard partial. Somebody started talking, but then they said to themselves, maybe we're on NBC here. This is week number 1. Maybe we don't pull this out now.
boy.
He held
Producer
it
in
back.
his ear.
Yeah.
He did get called for a travel. It was one of those ones underneath the rim where he's like doing the Giannis sort of little slide a little bit. Like his pivot foot, it did slide. I mean, half the time it doesn't get called. The odd time it does. I mean, it was a travel. But you know,
adjusting underneath.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Anyway,
Clear in space.
let's find
I
out
got
if
called
he's
for a
good
travel last night playing in men's league.
Wow.
Yeah, I traveled. Caught the ball at the free throw line, did a little before getting into my dribble
pitter-patter.
game. Yeah, that was bad. Refs were going nuts last night, though. Refs were going nuts. Tried to give it to the other team, but we smacked them. 17-point win.
You're in the playoffs?
That was game 1 of the playoffs.
Oh,
yeah.
geez. Here we go.
One win at a time.
All right. This is great. So how many games left in theory to win the whole thing?
1 game at a time.
Oh, he won't even look ahead. See, I tried to catch him. Oh, 2. 2
wins. 1 win at a time for 2 more weeks.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Good luck. Watch those feet. All right. Let's get into some NBA first week surprises. And again, we'll sprinkle in some of the other games from last night. I'm going to chuck these at you guys. We'll talk them out. But my first big surprise is the Philadelphia 76ers and the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Both undefeated. We talked about the Bulls already. So let's focus on the Sixers. They played last night. They looked a step slow defensively for a good chunk of the game. And then they came roaring back to tie it up and get it into overtime against the Wizards and did beat them. But Tyrese Maxey averaging 37.5 points per game through 4 games. There is nobody right now in the league as fast as him at getting to the hoop, paired with shooting the 3 ball on a whole lot of attempts at a high consistency, 47% from 3 on nearly 10 attempts per game. I mean, that's like super Steph Curry numbers with the speed that he's showing and that size that Trey has talked about. He's like seems to have bulked up a little bit. Just an awesome start for this guy.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it is because VJ Edgecombe can take a lot of the pressure off him. You can't just focus 2-3 guys on him. Eyeballs have to be on Edgecombe. That's fantastic stuff. But also, Joel Embiid had a super quiet 25 points in this game in 23 minutes. There are other guys to take pressure off him, although it's just odd because it's all about Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. And there's other guys making $1 bajillion on that team, and Embiid and Paul George, and really they're not part of the story at all here as they're unbeaten in a particular game where they just got lucky in a way. That this was the 4th quarter. They were down they're down double digits and were able to come back.
Quentin Grimes was awesome down the stretch. He sort of was the reason they got into overtime, I thought.
Yeah. And as much as I say it's about Maxey and Edgecombe, Quentin Grimes has come through. Grimes times is a thing that the broadcasters say. Kate Scott says Grimes time because he really does come through in big moments. I will say maybe this doesn't happen forever. They should have lost this game. But the Turkish Adam Boda, he came through too, big 5 blocks. So they're getting contributions from a lot of guys. On the other side, what up with Adam Keefe, Brian Keefe? I call him Adam Keefe. Brian Keefe, the Wizards head coach, allowing CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton to start taking these game-winning shot opportunity. What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
or the last play they ran where Middleton just chucked the ball trying to Christian Laettner. They had 6 seconds left.
Come on. This is it's 2025. Kids use apps. And kids can play basketball. Did you in this particular game? Alex Sarr was awesome.
He was great. Yeah,
he was so good.
I think he's the Wizards' best player.
Exactly.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
We figured it out.
Yeah, that was the discussion preseason. Who is the Wizards' best player? And I thought, scoring wise, it's going to be CJ McCollum. But that's why I'm not a coach. That's why I'm not Adam/Brian Keefe, because I would give CJ McCollum the ball when really they should be giving it to Alex Sarr. But they were Sixers also.
Middleton did have a good look at the game winner.
Yes.
I thought that was a fine look.
It was a fine look.
But yeah, the reason they got back was Grimes was hitting threes, getting huge steals, had a huge block, and then hit another 3 to tie the game up at 126. He was great. He just had the energy still going when everyone was starting to slow down at the end of a 48-minute game, and then they got back into it in overtime too. They gave up the first 5 points. They came back. But any thoughts on the Sixers here, TK?
Maxey's leading the league in scoring right now. Luka doesn't really qualify because he's only played a couple of games and is out. But currently, Maxey is 2nd in the league in 3-pointers, 3rd in the league in free throws. That's an impossible combination to stop if you're fast, like he is.
Cool.
And you can shoot threes like he does. How are you guarded? It's a question that the league's going to have to figure out. And Edgecombe is doing a similar thing, being fast, great athlete, and ripping threes from outside as well. I love Adem Bona. This guy is fun to watch. He's got a block rate of 12%. For reference, Wemby is leading the league, no surprise, 13.8. So it's kind of similar. He's a super energy guy.
Yeah.
He goes after every block. He had the big putback dunk that sent him into overtime last night, but he just makes plays, and he's such a different player than Embiid. You know, Embiid plays slow. He requires the ball on offense. He's not going to roll hard to the rim the way Bona does. So It's cool to have a changeup at the center position. You can tell that the Sixers are built to be a fast team right now, and anything they get from Embiid, anything they get from Paul George going forward is kind of just gravy, I think.
Yeah, it is amazing. They've got a new one in Tyrese Maxey and kind of a two with VJ Edgecombe. We'll see.
And then McCain is coming back too.
McCain is not playing
who
right
was
now.
really good for 15 games last year, which
Yeah.
sort of gets forgotten a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like Adam Bona is a new player. They had him last year, but it feels like Eurobasket had some sort of effect on him. He does play for Turkey. He looks super good. The Tyrese Maxey thing is different than it was last year because I think of VJ Edgecombe, but also Maxey's he's out of this world right now. He played 47 minutes in this one. He's averaging 43 minutes per game.
Yeah.
He's taking the most shots in the NBA, and he's shooting threes at 47%. That's got to come back to earth at some point.
I can't
to some degree.
wait for Paul George to return to this team and ruin it. Because it won't even be Paul George's fault. I'm telling you right now, he's going to come back. Maybe he looks completely fine, but like they are on a heater right now, Maxey specifically, and the Rook. They're going to hit walls. They're not going to win some of these games they shouldn't be winning to begin with. And everyone's going to be like, God damn it, Paul. It's all your fault. You can see it now. I know what's going to happen, and I'm going to laugh when it does.
Yeah, but he's still going to be a massive upgrade over Justin Edwards and Trendon Watford.
Hey, Watford.
That's who he needs to replace, basically, because a lot of these guys, they're still getting shots that end up being like a Jabari Walker shot.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
if that's going to Paul George, even if he's not all NBA Paul George, that's a better result.
Yeah, and I don't think PG wants to be the number one guy anymore. So I think they had that positive going for him. He'll just come in and fit in. But they will lose some games.
Yeah, and people will say it's all your fault. He's going to be like, why? I didn't even do anything.
You gotta stop podcasting again?
Yeah, exactly. All right, next early season surprise. Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors have fallen back in love. That's the surprise, because he's continuing to change the narrative around him. Through 5 games, he's averaging career highs across the board, 16.2 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, 3.4 assists, a very high true shooting percentage. It's around 64, 65. You already brought it up a little bit, Tass, in the game last night, even though he had sort of a quiet game. He's never rebounded like this. He's never probably passed like this. He's never defended like this, just like actually playing a role in this Curry-centric, not even Curry-centric. Of course, you should get the ball to Curry all the time, but, they're always moving and stuff like that. He's found his sort of spot here, and Kerr's like, yeah, that's your starting spot, man. Let's go. So this is a bit of a surprise. We weren't sure how this was going to go after the contract dispute.
They bought into him, and he's buying in back. They said, you're a starter. You're playing 30 minutes a night. That has never happened for Jonathan Kuminga unless it was due to injuries and they needed somebody. So kudos to him for figuring out how to fit in around Curry, Draymond, and Jimmy, because that was a big question mark. If you're playing Draymond and Jimmy as many minutes as they play, how does Kuminga fit in when he's not really a shooter? He's not really a ball mover. His playmaking is better this year. He's hitting the glass this year, and he's not short-circuiting as many possessions going for his mid-range jumpers. This has been exactly what the Warriors were looking for in Jonathan Kuminga. If he played like this to start his career, it wouldn't have even been a question that they sign him to a contract over the summer.
Yeah, it is a fair question to ask how long this will last because it comes a time where they may have to deal him at some point if he wants to be the number one guy. And yes, he's fitting in perfectly. I think the key is they're playing so many guys and playing Steph only 26 minutes last night that he can go with the second unit and get a shot here or get a shot there. He was, he's still getting his shots. So I think it's a nice balance.
Still getting his shots, but he has greatly cut back on those mid-range jumpers that he was actually brutal at last year. He ranked among the league's least efficient shooters from short mid-range. We're talking like that 4 to 14-foot range. And it counted for a decent percentage of his shots. It was like 35, 36%. So he's like, and he wasn't shooting them well. Mm-hmm. So to like scale back on those type of shots, especially when you're playing with Curry, like any shot Curry is going to take is going to be better than that one. Mm-hmm. Sorry, man. And I think he's starting to figure that out. But it's a great point about him building up his trade value here too. Because we just thought, well, he's going to be traded immediately when he can be. And maybe it will be a question now if they have an incredible record and he continues to play like this.
It's good for everybody if Jonathan Kuminga is good. It's good for the Warriors team right now to get some wins early in the season because we know the Western Conference is going to be tight. Every single win matters. It's good for the Warriors from a personnel standpoint. They can keep him if they want to, or another team can look at him and say, yeah, we could take Jonathan Kuminga. We still think he has 20-point per game potential, but he's shown he can play team basketball as well. So everybody thought that the situation for Kuminga is good. If you're playing around Steph Curry, there's going to be easy shots out there. Take the easy ones. Don't drive into a ton of people, have no plan, just go up in the air and hope your athleticism wins out. That was another problem for Kuminga. It's good for drawing free throws, not always good for getting a good shot, but he seems to have matured a little bit as a player. I guess those clips that his agent was putting out were true.
The clips, where he's running the pick and roll and looking awesome, wearing a backwards hat. Listen, I'm a clips man too. I'm a modern day man too. Jonathan Kuminga isn't showing the same clips that the bad clips of last year where he goes into dribble mode and other guys are. Steph is waving his hand, saying hello, and he goes into the mid range. I didn't check the dribbles per shot, that stat, but Kuminga has definitely reduced that part of his game. That being said, you mentioned the two path of the Golden State Warriors looks good because the young guys look good when we were talking about them earlier. I will say the front office is probably thinking we can turn this guy into a bunch of things and to get our next path going. So. That's
to get our
sign.
next path going or to win a title.
Well, to win a title, to get a draft pick or whatever. I mean, if somebody wants to give up for Kuminga, then that's part of it too. We shall see.
The Miami Heat leading the league in points per game right now is a early season surprise. They scored 144 points last night in a win over the Hornets. And Jaime Jaquez Jr., who is having a huge bounce back season, he scored 20 of his 28 in the first half. But through 4 games, the Heat have scored 121, 146, 115, and 144 points respectively. They naturally lead the NBA in points per game, like I said, averaging over 131 right now. Top 5 in field goals made, field goal percentage, three-pointers made, three-point percentage, assists. And Trey, this is a team that's coming off 3 consecutive bottom 10 offenses. So they're unlocked right now.
They're unlocked right
now.
now.
Do you buy it?
I buy it for right now. They look way different. They're first in pace right now. They've been 27th or lower in pace every year since the 2019-20 season. Completely different. They are a top 5 fast break team. They're running on misses. They're running on makes. That's juicing their offense right now. They basically don't run pick and roll. If Khalil Ware is in, they'll run a pick and roll, but otherwise, it is just move the ball side to side, elbows up, side to side. Maybe that's what Giannis does at a wedding. No handoffs either. That used to be a huge part of the offense for the Miami Heat. A lot of that was Bam and Duncan. Bam looks better. He's shooting threes, no problem. He catches it and he shoots it. Not a pump fake. Oh, I'm open. Maybe I'll take this 3. More free throws for him as well. Fewer mid-rangers. He's playing a more efficient game. I saw Zach Lowe talking about it, though. We'll see if this holds up because this is exactly what the Grizzlies did at the start of last season. This is a unique NBA offense. Pick and roll is like the basis of NBA offense, and they don't run pick and roll. Eventually, the scouting report will get out, and they'll say all they're doing is passing it side to side time and time again. And then it won't work quite as well. But right now, it's catching people off guard. The speed they're playing with has been a huge advantage for them. They're playing to their strengths because they do have some decent athletes on the team. So I like the look of the Heat. They feel fresher than they have in the past couple of seasons, even in the Jimmy Butler era. Do I think they'll lead the league in points per game this season? No. But I think they'll finish in the top half of the league.
Yeah, it helped boost the point total because the Charlotte Hornets flashback for me looked like last year. It's just allowing them to do whatever they wanted. He did whatever they wanted in this game. They're running up and down. The other things that might change. Bam might stop shooting those threes. I don't want to flash back to the Anthony Davis days of, wow, I'm a 3-point shooter in the bubble, but maybe it just comes back to earth. He's shooting 6 threes a game, by far the most in his NBA career. So that could change. Will Tyler Hero jump in and be okay with it and not create on his own? That's a fair question. I do like what Eric Spoelstra is doing, getting these guys sped up, no doubt. Also moving Nikola Jovic to the bench because he wasn't the ball mover, the quick ball mover that they needed. But everybody else buying in. Wiggy
Pell
buying
Larson
in.
started last night.
Pelly Larson, no Norman in this game. Norman Powell, who's a machine so far. He was out. But yeah, your Jaquez contributing, Simone Fontecchio shooting 55% from three.
Oh, baby.
Off the bench. But we shall see on Thursday, really. That's their test. Their next game is Heat Spurs.
There we go.
So that should be a fun one.
Yeah. But great start for the Miami Heat. All right, next one. 2025 rookie class is living up to the hype. We have 8 NBA rookies currently averaging over 10 points per game. So 1, 2, 3 in terms of picks. They're delivering. Now Flag's struggle in a couple games. He's struggling to shoot. He's shooting 38%. But he's had an impact out there. I mean, everybody sees it. It's pretty obvious why he went number 1. Dylan Harper looks to be a star in the making, poised, filling up the box score. And then VJ Edgecombe, can't stop talking about him. He's averaging still 23 points per game after a bit of a quiet night last night. Then you got Cedric Coward, Trey Johnson, Con Knipple. They're over 15 points per game. We got 2 Pelicans rookies in Fears and Queen. They're also over 10 points per game. And then other guys, maybe not scoring as much, but have looked good. Kalkbrenner, Walton Clayton Jr., Igor Demon is okay. Will Richard, CMB. So there's like an awesome draft class so far, Trey, through a week and a bit.
I got to say, Cooper's not living up to the hype.
No.
I don't actually think he's been that good. He's had one good game so far, like you mentioned, 38% from the field, 27% from 3. I feel like most of his baskets have come in transition, which makes sense. He's a transition player. 10 assists to 8 turnovers, only 4 steals and 2 blocks. He's had 2 scoreless halves in 4 games. Usage percentage right now, 20%. That's Aaron Wiggins and Andrew Wiggins level. That's DeAndre Ayton level. Buddy Hield. This is play finisher level, not guy who is the main creator out there. He's still the Rookie of the Year favorite on FanDuel, but his odds are down to minus 105 after starting the season, minus 195, compared to VJ Edgecombe, who was a plus 10 or a plus 1,000, 10 to 1. Now he's a plus 135. Edgecombe is flying up.
Yeah.
Where Flag looks like he's playing out of position. It feels like Kevin Durant playing the 2 for the Seattle Supersonics when we knew this guy was going to be a forward. Cooper Flag is not a point guard. He needs a point guard to get him easy baskets. You're not giving an 18-year-old the ball and expecting him to be an efficient player, and he hasn't looked like an efficient player. So I actually don't think he's living up to the hype. I think everybody else from 2 to, I guess, 13 kind of is.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Noah Senge play. Only lottery pick who hasn't played a minute yet.
Wow, he hasn't even seen the floor.
I mean, the Bulls are undefeated, so it's hard to get into the lineup. But still, I'd love to see him play.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he's just been okay. I think it's been, like, if you told anybody this was his first week in the league, they'd say, huh? This guy went number 1?
Yeah, he wasn't drafted as a point guard, so that's thrown him off. I think a big part of it, to be off the ball a little bit, so he doesn't have to run every single possession. I think that's a huge part of it. That's how these non-point guards start in a point guard role. I think it's expected. When Jason Kidd did throw Giannis Antetokounmpo into the point forward role, he struggled to start. It was not him. And that's what we're seeing with Cooper Flag. He had a buddy at college to run every single possession. This is different. They're really throwing him into the fire. So I know we talked and
They need to start D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, they're point
It's
guard.
ridiculous not to play a point guard with him.
I know. We praised him after.
So weird,
beating
too.
the
Jason
reps.
Kidd is a point guard.
Yeah.
That's the strangest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, does
It's
he
he should know more than anyone. But
Yeah. Does he want the narrative to say, that good coach, man, he was so smart putting Cooper Flag in as the starting point guard just like that? It is strange because I thought that's what they got D'Angelo Russell for. And we would see Cooper's Flag's numbers be far more efficient and better if he was off the ball because he's that good. And because they don't have Kyrie Irving, I think Cooper Flag could handle it even if he wasn't starting every single possession. Even if he did a little more stepped stuff in that you give it to Draymond to bring it up. Just run off the ball. You know, we don't got to go back to Mark Jackson. That's why, yeah, it is a little surprising. He did have the one good game, but again,
Against the Raptors.
Yeah, and I thought that's when he didn't have to bring it up. You're right; it was a lot was in transition,
Yeah.
and when he was
He's
off
a
the
killer
ball,
in transition.
Yeah.
yeah, he's fantastic. He should be off the ball.
He's a
more.
good cutter. Like, he also struggled at the beginning of his Duke tenure. He was getting his feet under him, but he had a point guard who eventually was setting him up. In the long run, like we've said, it's going to pay off getting all these on-ball reps. He's going to be a good creator, but is he going to be a Luka, LeBron, James Harden, gigantic guy who's making plays for everybody? I don't know. He could still average 25, 30 a game not doing that.
Right.
But as an 18-year-old, he's not cut out to be the point guard for this team.
Yeah, and maybe Kidd is just saying he'll be our point forward later on this year, our secondary playmaker when Kyrie is back. So I guess he's getting him reps, but it is a little strange because D'Angelo Russell is a solid player. period. Although some of these guys who aren't solid, you mentioned Noah Senge. We haven't seen Ace Bailey do a lot. He's coming off the bench.
He's been like sick, hasn't he?
Oh.
I think that's what they said.
Yeah,
He's missed time for sure.
I saw
he's not doing much.
He's not doing much. Austin Ainge basically said we're protecting him, which is his term for why he's coming off the bench. And Young Hansen hasn't been Young Hansen quite yet.
No.
He hasn't been young.
He's been pretty bad in the clips I've seen. Yeah. Two more for you. Speaking of bad.
Well, hold on. I did want to say Con Knippel looks like everything that people said he was going to be. Plays really savvy, 16 points per game right now. He's shooting 53% from three. That'll probably go down, but he is a shooter. I also would say he's not a white guy. That's a pink guy. That guy looks like a ham.
Yeah.
You can see the face, the blood in his face.
He's got a really ruddy face. He's going to be one of the biggest, comes back from the All-Star break and you're like, whoa, that guy got tanned.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can tan, though.
Burnt.
Yeah.
He might
Crispy.
stay out of the sun, as he should. Well, we can speak a little bit more about the Hornets if you want, because my next one here is the bad teams are good? Question mark. Now, I think this one was hitting better going into last night than some of the results after last night. But the Jazz are 2-1, and they are one Sabonis putback away from being undefeated. The Hornets are now 2-2. It sucks that Brandon Miller is out of the lineup right now. They got punked, like we said, against the Heat last night. And even the Wizards, now they're 1-3. Should have been 2-2. They should have won that game against the Sixers.
They had it.
But they're like, I at least enjoy watching them a lot more than I did last year. So they're like a scrappy little bunch, I think, here. So like some of the worst teams, like the Nets are garbage. The Nets are going to be the worst team.
That bad team is bad.
Yeah.
But
They played the Spurs pretty well. It went down to the wire almost.
They got back into it. You're right.
Otherwise, they've sucked.
But what do you think of those three teams I threw at you there? The Jazz, the Hornets, and even the Wizards, despite the 1-3 record.
Yeah. Keyshawn George of the Washington Wizards, along with other guys on that team, they've impressed. There's been a bunch of guys in the Utah Jazz. They've impressed. Clayton coming from Florida to run things at times for their second unit. They're deep. Will Hardy has gotten them going. Brian/Adam Keefe has gotten the Wizards going. I have been impressed. I don't care. Brooklyn does stink, but I watch them and sometimes I say, okay, this is all right. Sometimes it's the opposite, but you're right. In general, overall, the bad teams are acceptable
right now.
Teams are enjoyable to watch.
Yes.
I will say that. And Brooklyn, even though they're bad, they've got just the perfect tank commanders in Cam Thomas and Michael Porter Jr. They have been as expected this season. They shoot the ball every single time it touches their hands. It's just a matter of who gets their hands on it first, Cam or MPJ. LaMelo Ball is good, by the way. A lot of people like to hate on LaMelo Ball. He takes some ridiculous shots. He took some ridiculous shots last night. He'll score an incredible basket going to the hoop, and you're like, just go to the hoop every time. You're quick and big, and you can finish inside. And then he'll take a step back for no reason. But he's also averaging 26, 8, 9.5, shooting 40% from three and taking 10 threes. He's a great passer. He's a great defensive playmaker. And he shoots a high volume of threes. LaMelo's like an elite offensive player, but he's a little bit like Westbrook in that the dumb things he does stick out so much that you're like, why are you doing that? He's doing less dumb things now. When he's on the court, the Hornets are fun to watch.
Yeah, that's well said. Again, I'm really bummed out with the Brandon Miller injury here. Shoulder, I guess, right? This one. Like he was looking solid. He was back. It was like nice to see him again. I'm a big fan of his, and now he's out. I don't even know what the diagnosis is with him. Like I don't know if this is a long-term thing.
He's getting a second opinion.
That's
right?
what it was. That was the last thing I read, which is never really a good sign. That means the first opinion was probably like, I don't know, bad. In my mind, that's how I read it.
Well, yeah, of course. You wouldn't get
It's
a
like
second opinion if you liked what they said.
Yeah. So what are they saying? You need surgery. You need this.
Yeah, but what if he goes to a second opinion and they're like, you don't need surgery, and that guy's right.
You're right.
That's why you get a second opinion.
Jesus, get a third while you're at it.
And keep asking until they say you can play because they need that guy on the court, or do they? They got Con Knippel.
No, we saw that last year with Mark Williams. He got a bunch of opinions. Wasn't good. Like the second one was like, yeah,
point.
you can play, but sometimes you're hurt. And hopefully for Brandon Miller, because he missed so much time last year.
Oh my God, yeah. I didn't see him since like January.
Yeah, that's the worrisome part. Is that it's a chronic thing. for him.
How about this as a early season surprise? The bad teams are not the teams we thought were going to be bad, because there's still bad teams out there. The Suns and the Kings, they're both bad. The Suns have trailed by 20 plus in all 4 of their games.
Yeah.
The only team they beat, it was the Kings. Did you watch the end of the game last night?
Kings Thunder.
Kings Thunder.
Oh yeah, baby.
Another clutch game for the Thunder. Amazing. We're going to talk about them here in just a second. But if you go and watch on the NBA's YouTube channel, they do like wild finishes or whatever. They give you the last 5 minutes.
Insane ending.
An insane ending.
Really say, yeah.
Between the Thunder and Kings, they could have called this one Domantas Sabonis lowlights. They went at him every single time. He got out hustled for offensive rebounds almost every single shot. Took a 3, barely hit the rim. He looked like a cone out there. He was the reason the Kings blew this game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. He should go get a second opinion on his injury, and that doctor might say, you should not be playing, because that's how he appears.
Yeah.
I mean, he was banged up, right?
Yeah.
And I think he came back to try and help this team, and he looks like molasses out there.
Yeah.
Every loose ball, like you said, every
Struggling.
board attempt. I mean, he still gets numbers, obviously, on the clock. Like he probably had like 18 rebounds last night, but down the stretch, that was bad for sure. Final one here, though. OKC's Ajay Mitchell is breaking out. Maybe the favorite right now to win 6th man of the year. I think he's got to be on the short list. He's averaging 18 points per game, 4 boards, 3 assists, and a steal. There's no J-Dub. There's no Isaiah Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? No Kenrich Williams. So they're all sidelined. He gets an opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it, Tass, where he is making a name for himself. I did check prior to last night. He was plus 2,200, Mitchell was on FanDuel, to win 6th man of the year. So 9 guys had shorter odds, like Naz Reid to Josh Hart to Malik Monk. But Ajay Mitchell, man, he's been so good. They've done it again.
They have.
They've done it again, man.
Done it again.
They really have. Yeah.
And here's the real kick to the nuts. Mitchell is getting paid something like $9 million. Pause for dramatic effect here. Over the next 3 seasons.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
He's making
Great
$3
contract.
million this year, and I think it goes down next year.
Yeah,
like
it does.
2.85 or something like that. Come on. Like Ziller in his newsletter said, that should be illegal.
Yeah,
I agree.
This is a scam.
Yeah, come on. This
Yeah.
guy's good.
Yeah, there's some great front offices that sign good contracts. It reminds me of Deuce McBride signed a really good one, similar 3-9. AJ Mitchell was, in circles last year among Thunder fans and Thunder bloggers as, well, you got to see this guy. They knew he was good.
Yeah.
And then
Just
Sam
never
Presti-
played because there's no opportunity.
there was no
Yeah.
opportunity. And then Sam Presti says, here, just sign this thing. We'll see what happens, all right?
I guess we'll take a chance on you, kid. I don't know. Here's $9 million.
He'll get a part of that bonus if FanDuel or from FanDuel or whoever, if he's able to win 6th man of the year. Like he'll get a little push. Here you go.
You can't say that, man.
No, not from FanDuel, but he gets a bonus. He gets a bonus if he gets 6th man, which is playable. I mean, it's in play, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do, though? Because he's not going to be the number 2 ball handler for the entire season. Jalen Williams will come back at some point. So whose minutes are getting cut?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
Yep.
where is he in the pecking order? You're right.
Wallace is going to play.
Yeah.
Caruso is going to play.
Big Kenrich. Sorry.
He's
Yeah,
ahead of
for
him.
sure, for
Maybe
sure.
Joe.
The question is Aaron Wiggins.
Who was good last night.
Yeah, and different positions. Wiggins is
Yeah.
a wing, and AJ Mitchell is a ball handling guard. But they were even confident enough as a rookie to play him 5 minutes a game in the finals. It doesn't sound like much, but that was a high level
point.
finals, right? And it was a 7-game finals, and they were putting him out there in minutes that actually mattered. He's older, right? He's not a 20-year-old second player. He's a 23-year-old second-year player. So he's got some savvy, and the Thunder just have good scouting. It's like they find guys who are going to be good, and they play them, and they give them a little bit of a leash. I think that's really important. They're throwing Brooks Barnhizer out there. They're like, we need to see what we have. We know we have a good team, so let's figure out the other deep pieces around it.
Yeah, two-way guy in Brooks Barnhizer. Fun name to
What
say.
a name, I know.
He's another mustache mullet guy,
is,
right?
man.
Brooks Barnhizer. It sounds
Barnhizer.
like a piece of clothing a Southern guy would wear. Are you wearing Brooks Barnhizer? God, that's a nice vest. Is that Brooks?
Yeah, he is a
funny.
tank. That guy, he must, if whatever he's wearing is a double XL. I mean, he is big.
Yeah. So AJ Mitchell off to a great start here. Definitely, like we said, one of the guys early on as a potential 6th man of the year guy. I guess you could talk yourself into potential most improved player, but he's a 2nd-year guy, so you know how I feel about that. I'm going to roll my eyes at that, but he's been good. And I do love that the Thunder are doing things differently this year. Yes, they're still winning games. That's the same as last year. But last year it was like, we're going to beat you by 15 to 20 points every game. This year, the exact opposite. We're going to be down, 8 to 9 points, getting into clutch time, and then we're going to come storming back and beat you either in regulation or overtime. Like every game that they've played, it feels like it's been close.
They've played 4 out of 5 clutch games so far, 4-0. Obviously, and Shea has hit so many big shots already to start the season. He might win Clutch Player of the Year, but you would rather be blowing these teams out.
Yes.
It was, they were pretty fresh when it came to the playoffs last year because they had everybody healthy for the majority of the season. Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein definitely missed time. I know that happened, but we're talking J-Dub and SGA. They played all the time. They were blowing these teams out. They were able to keep their minutes down. It'll be different if they go through the year. They're getting everybody's best shot. People are playing them well, and they're squeaking out these wins. That takes a toll on your body rather than resting in fourth quarters.
Yeah, last year I think it was about 10 games that they got into clutch time.
That's it.
Yeah, it was extremely low.
That's crazy, actually.
It was super, super low. At one point, they had played 9 when they destroyed the Miami Heat early in the fourth quarter. They put 25 straight or whatever it was. So I could be wrong. They could have added up a little
24
bit.
clutch games last year.
What?
That's still a very low number.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah, lowest in the league.
Yeah. So it was February, I guess, when they did that to the Heat. So I just figured maybe they just had 1 the rest of the year. But yeah, 4 out of 5 is very high.
That's fine. They're still 5-0, and they're going to be adding an All-NBA guy. And Chet Holmgren didn't even play last night. He's been an All-NBA guy this season. So
looking good.
They're okay. Whether they win by 20 or 2. I get your concern. Maybe it adds up over the long run, but
Hey,
they have
look at the
enough dudes.
73-win Warriors. They tried really hard to get to 73 wins.
Yeah, I don't think
They went 24-0 to start the season. I mean, they're trying really hard right now. They're having to.
They're trying hard. They're professional basketball players. They're going to try and win the game. Yeah. I don't think
Just saying.
You're concerned about SGA's minutes right now? Like, I don't know how either. I'd have to check, but
When you're walking on a tightrope, you can fall off.
I like that.
Bars, man.
You can also, if you're really good on a tightrope, like do jumps on it and flips.
That one guy
and make a
walked
lot of
between the
money.
Twin Towers. Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah. That's
Man
good.
on Wire. What a movie.
That's great.
Yeah, that is a good. The French guy.
Yeah, the French guy. That movie is incredible.
Yeah.
Pretty
He's
cool.
talking about what he's doing, and you're watching
Yeah.
the highlights back, and you're like, I know he's alive, but I'm still stressed
I
out.
think he's going to die. Yeah. That is a good movie. I'm going to watch that again. All right, let's get to tonight's Pick'em. It's Wednesday night here. Tass, what's our game?
We got a goodie on ESPN. Cleveland starting to play like themselves, looking good. Going into Boston. Boston getting 4.5 points so they can lose by 4 and still cover. I feel comfortable riding with the Cavs. They've, again, started to look like the Cavs. Trey agrees that they're going to win by 5 or more. Skeets, why are you taking Boston to cover that 4.5 point spread?
What's going on with this line? That line's weird. 4.5. Cavs should be favored by
Think it
more
should
than
be
that.
bigger?
Yes.
You're probably right.
Yeah. So I was a little perplexed by that. What's going on over there? And I also didn't want us to all have the same team. But I'll take Boston to cover. I'm not saying they got to win, but close game here.
Right.
You said on ESPN?
On ESPN.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Did Jaylen Brown ever shave his head? Or was that a joke?
Oh, I haven't watched the Twitch yet.
Yeah.
Great point.
I don't know if it was a
I didn't
joke.
check in.
No, it's ready for my my prep for worst of the week on Friday's show.
Oh, the paint job.
I'm gonna the paint job.
Okay.
What is up with that? But did he shave his head on Twitch?
I mean,
Is he
they said they were going to, but again, that could have been a joke. I don't know. Somebody let us know on the stream team.
Yeah, people do jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
His hair is so short. Anyway, it's not long.
No, but
super
he apparently
short.
needs paint in it to fill it in. So maybe shave it.
Yeah, or endorse a paint for your scalp company. Kawhi Leonard could use it. There's guys like Kawhi's got great locks. Like he's got the braids.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh, Kevin
it's
Durant.
declining.
Kevin
He's got a
Durant's
little
the
bit
one
of
that could
a-
use it the most.
Kawhi's getting a little bit of a Jerry Rice look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You probably don't need to still have hair.
It's running away. Those braids are running away from his head. They're so far back.
Hey, plant some trees on your head. Bulls are back.
Hey!
The Bulls are actually back today at 3 p.m. Eastern on Playback.
Yeah.
How perfect is that? The Bulls are Playback.
The Bulls are Playback.
That's what we should have called it. But this is going to be fun. Trey is going to be watching all of like the condensed highlights from the games from the 72-10 Bulls back in the day, where they went on to win the championship, and hanging out with everybody on Playback and
Hanging out with our
taking
friends.
these in.
Yeah,
You're gonna do this all season long, like 3 or 4 games a week, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't expect for the current Chicago Bulls to also be 3-0.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can see the 95-96 Bulls equal that 3-0 record. This week on the schedule, they've got the Hornets and Kendall Gill,
Oh yeah.
the Celtics and Rick Fox, and the Raptors and Damon Stoudemire.
Okay, well, so that's not the infamous Raptors win game. I'm definitely coming on the stream for that game.
I think that's like
That's late.
January
That's
or something
January.
like that.
March.
March.
March, okay.
JD was there, yeah.
That's the game you left. Was it a March game? Yeah, it was late in the season.
It was cold, that's for sure.
I think it was March.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
So this one, I'm gonna guess the Bulls take care of business against the.
I'm
the
imagining
Raps.
they start 3-0.
Yes.
I could look up the box scores, but I want to be a little bit shocked when they lose
Yeah.
10 times.
Could you do me one favor, because the current Bulls are 3-0, and probably these 72-10 Bulls are 3-0 too. Can you compare all the players on Jordan's Bulls to current Bulls?
Yes.
So like,
Yes, I will.
I don't know, Booz Ellis is Jordan, and
Nah, Booz Ellis is Pippen.
Okay, well there
Giddy
you go.
is Jordan.
Okay, save it. Join Trey today at 3 p.m. on Playback. That's free. You can jump on. They'll fire up the games on YouTube. That link is in the show notes for you people here on YouTube or podcast listeners. Just click on that and join our No Dunks Playback room. Anything else? You excited for the game tonight?
Which one? the
Come
Toronto
on,
Blue
man.
Jays?
Game 5 between the Jays and Dodgers.
Do you still call these pivotal?
Yeah,
No,
yes,
yeah.
it's a pivotal game. Come
Yeah,
on.
they can't go home down 3-2.
Whoever wins tonight's game wins.
Yeah,
Come on.
because then you get
Probably, sure.
Yeah, the Dodgers are saving Yamamoto for Game 6. That guy who was ridiculously good
That's terrifying.
Looks like back to game 1 starters, it looks like.
today.
You Savage
Yeah.
and Snell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Game
yeah.
1 starters.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for sure.
All right,
8
all right.
p.m. Eastern.
Yep. Hopefully it's a 3-hour
wanna-
game.
Hopefully.
And Survivor.
And Survivor and all this basketball. We'll be back tomorrow.
The
And
Survivor
oh my
Equinox.
God. Tomorrow we got to do an NBA Cup preview
Yeah,
because we respect the Cup on No Dunks.
of course we do.
So we'll
Cup starts
do
Friday?
that. Yep.
Look at some courts.
Yeah, we'll do
Some
that.
groups.
Yes. Make some predictions.
People will be debuting new uniforms.
during the Cup.
Right? They start wearing like their city edition to
Oh.
match their floors,
Hey,
I
man.
think.
Probably.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're getting like those Purple Rain Prince-inspired Wolves jerseys?
Huh.
No, because they got that green.
They got a
court.
green court.
So maybe,
Yeah, I don't know.
There's too many jerseys, too many courts. We'll break it all down tomorrow. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, new City Edition jerseys, we feel, for NBA Cup on Friday. Are we getting some Halloween jerseys? Well, there's so many jerseys, maybe they'll just sprinkle in a couple Halloween jerseys.
The Pelicans have their skeleton jerseys. Skeletons. Those are sort of Halloween.
Gotta wear
I
'em.
think
Those
they
are
still
the
have
most
them.
Halloween-y.
Those are. I like those
Yeah, me
jerseys
too.
a lot.
Can't wait to see.
Oh, the
do that.
Raptors. The Raptors. Did you see this?
No.
Not jerseys, but they're doing T-shirts and hoodies of you know the jersey. Oh, there goes my voice. The skeleton Raptor
Yes.
that I have, that Luke Samansky, I want to say his name is. He designed. They're doing that version that people can get.
shirts?
Shirts and hoodies. All right, cool story. Everybody embrace it. Jesus Christ. Why did I say
Shirt
that?
alert, shirt alert.
Yeah, why did I say that?
No, it's good.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be better when it came out, but I couldn't even talk. My voice is going. We'll see you guys tomorrow.